It's time for Steve and Rick's POTcast.
Hey, fuckers.
Hey, Rick.
What's happening?
What the hell are you doing here?
We're doing a podcast.
What the hell do you want?
Number 35.
Jesus Christ. I know. I just watched the one we did last week with Dean, and unfortunately it was a little windy, and it was very distracting. So I think we got to invite Dean back because it wasn't the best broadcast. But he did fine.
Yeah.
And we just, we couldn't tell that it was like that until we watched the playback.
Right.
So we all apologies to Dean and to those who tried to listen to it and go, fuck this. This sounds like dog shit.
No, we're kind of new at this part. We just set up my tablet and record the guest on there. So Jamie, our cameraman, has no control over it. It's just I give him the footage from this tablet, and if the footage is no good, Jamie can't make it work.
No good, but you did a damn good job of making it suck, Jamie.
But we stepped our game up a little bit this week, so we'll see what happens.
I dressed up for you today too. This is my PT outfit. I just got back from my third treatment, and that I have to do physical therapy after the treatment. They shocked the living shit out of my feet and legs today.
Really?
They took it to another level.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, you had it yesterday too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 2 a week for about the next 14 weeks. Shit drive, but again, I'm looking at the light at the end of the tunnel.
That's
I
it.
hope to God this does something because this is not good. I'm too young to be this old.
You're going to be a success story.
I hope
Absolutely.
you're right. I hope you're right.
Anything else going on? What'd you do over the weekend? Anything cool?
I watched football, then I watched more football, and then there was more football on, and then the football was over. And then last night I watched this documentary on Barry Sanders. You know who Barry Sanders is? Great running back for Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
And I related to him so much because he hates accolades. He hates being put on pedestals. He says, what I do is not me. What I do is my job. It's not me. And I've always felt like that. And that's why I gave you my albums, and I didn't give a fuck about any of that. So I really identified with his attitude. And with him, I mean, he's a Heisman Trophy winner and, an NFL superstar. But I could understand why he just didn't want to be around people telling him how great he was. He hated that. And he would avoid interviews. And it's a great documentary. Barry Sanders, if you haven't seen it, I recommend it highly.
Might have to check that out.
Not because you don't even have to like football to enjoy it.
Did you watch the Ed Gein series?
The what?
That killer, the Netflix series that came out, Ed Gein.
No.
You don't know about it?
No.
Oh, it's sweeping the nation. It's that the guy who played Jax Teller, Charlie Hunnam, and the Bike Club, Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
He plays Ed Gein. You never heard of Ed Gein?
No.
He's the one that would kill women and then make furniture out of their skin.
Whoa, that's
and
real?
wear their
No
face.
shit.
Yeah, that was real.
Oh, God.
And this is I think it's 3 or 4 parts. And
It's a doc?
it's a movie.
Okay.
But it's unbelievable.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll scare myself.
Ed Gein, it's crazy. That guy he's fucking nuts. I'm sure Hollywood amped it up some, but he had a chair, and in the middle of the chair where you sit was a nipple. There was a nipple there. So we started having guests.
Yeah, I got to give you all the credit. I want everybody to know that I don't do a fucking thing for this podcast. Initially, Rick and I would get together and collaborate a little bit and have topics to touch on, but I've run out of shit. So somebody's got to jar a memory in me in order to get me to. But you do a great job. You're a fucking idiot. You got so many things on your plate, and yet you still come around and you've got guests, you've got questions, fuck you. I like you. You're all right.
Well, again, I don't like the accolades for things either, but I do have to say the next couple of weeks of guests,
Yeah.
I'm very proud
You
of.
keep telling me that, and I don't know who the hell we're going to see until
They're
they come
going to
up.
be incredible. So I want to give you a couple clues about who we have today.
All right.
See if you can guess it.
All right.
Okay. Warrant, Ratt.
Oh, Beau Hill.
Just from that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus. Beau Hill, the world-class producer. All right, give us a minute. We'll get Beau Hill on the line.
Oh my God. It's Beau Hill. Hey, buddy.
Darty.
Oh, it's so good to see you. I hated so much missing Mark and you guys gathering at his mom's funeral. I hated it. I really did. I wanted to be there, and I know I disappointed you for not being there.
You,
I apologize for that, but I'm loyal to the duties of my job.
yeah. Well, I was so pissed at you that Rick had to promise me a buttload of money for me to do this.
He doesn't have a buttload of money. He lied.
I'll mow your lawn, Beau. Well, hey, I just thank you so much for joining us. I just want to let some people
My pleasure.
that are watching.
It was worth it. It was worth it just to see the look on his face.
Yeah. So Beau is a world-class producer. He has worked with Alice Cooper, Winger, Warrant, Ratt, Out of the Cellar. That was a big project for Beau. And I just read this on Wikipedia. Beau, you co-wrote with Stevie Nicks 3 songs. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which 3?
Nothing ever changes.
Oh.
And I don't remember what the other ones are.
Get it.
They were on Stevie's solo album.
Okay.
The one that and I was co-writer with Sandy Stewart.
Okay.
On those songs.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Well, if you look at the credits on the actual record, you know where your writer credit's going to be, you're never going to see
all them.
You're not going to see my name, but what you will see is my publishing company.
There you go.
So we got in a little bit of a pissing match with some of the suits involved on Stevie's side, and they were just like, well, we're not gonna recognize him, blah 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 blah. And so when the smoke finally cleared, I just said, look, I don't care, just send the money, and you guys take care of the politics however you want. But so anyway, you'll see Small Hope Music, my publishing company, as you well know. So anyway, that was that.
Well, the one band you worked with I didn't mention was the goddamn Pix band for 1980.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Dynamite.
Those fuckers.
Yeah. Well,
Did
the one
we have
thing
a great time making that record, or what?
I was just going to say that was probably, if not the most fun record, it was within the top 2.
Yeah.
And the thing that, when I have been interviewed about that in the past, the thing that always comes to mind is I'm just going, how in the fuck did we ever get the record made? Because we spent so much time laughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't make a rock record of laughter.
Well, we did, and it kicked ass.
Yeah, we did. It was zany. It was really just crazy fun.
Yeah, it was, and all 5 of the band members and you and Stefan and the engineers, we all got along great, and we're just having a great time. But let's talk about how we first met. I remember you coming to a bowling alley to see us perform before you would agree to produce the record. You remember that?
No, Richard Steinberg flew me down, and he came with me. You remember?
Yeah.
And we went to you guys were. I don't remember it as a bowling alley. I remember it as a really big rock club that you were playing that night.
I thought we were doing a rehearsal for you alone at this big bowling alley. I mean, you may have come to a show afterward, but I think initially we just auditioned for you.
Yeah, it was just for me in the middle of the afternoon, which I really appreciated. And when when I heard how high you sang, I felt kind of guilty. And I remember I told Richard on the way home, I said, man, that guy's going to hate my guts for him having to get up and start singing like that first thing in the middle of the afternoon.
I was young.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that always struck me about that was when I caught you screaming into your towel. And I went to Richard and I said, man, this guy is not normal. Why is he screaming into his towel? And it was, he's warming up. And I said, that's how you warm up, by screaming into a towel?
It's the best.
It is the best. And as a matter of fact, I suggested that to a couple of people.
Good.
You know, because they were having trouble kind of getting warmed up in a more conventional method. Yeah. And so I said, hey, Steve Wyman screams into a towel. So works for him.
When I was teaching, I told all my students, bring a bottle of water and a towel. And they go, a towel?
Oh, really?
Sweat? I go, no, you're going to scream into it. And the people always knew they were my students because they're walking around with towels.
So how is your podcast going? I'm going to interview you now.
It's going great. I mean, we're not Joe Rogan numbers and we're not top 10 or anything, but what we expected and where we're at, it's above our expectations at this point. We're not really in it for the numbers and the views. We do it because it's fun, and they're just an added bonus. People seem to enjoy it.
And how many viewers do you have?
So our average YouTube video gets anywhere between 4,000 and 12,000 views. Our Facebook is where it's at. We maintain roughly 1.5 million per month.
Billion?
Million with an M. Million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. And so I guess the numbers just keep growing, right?
That's right.
Every month.
Yeah.
That's because of him. I don't do shit. I don't do shit. I just sit here and look good.
If it were anybody else in Rick's podcast, we'd have about 10 views a week. Believe me. Everybody.
Well, hell, I'm glad it's working out for you guys. That's really, because I don't do like podcasts most of the time. I'll just talk to somebody on a phone.
The old way, the old-fashioned way, the
old-fashioned way.
I know when we were going through COVID and we were doing, I was putting out my solo album, and I had to do all these interviews on Zoom. I didn't know how to do it. They would always have to come in and send some tech guy and hook me up. I'm dumber than Elvis.
So what else do you guys have going on other than your podcast? Now I know that you're not singing anymore.
No, I'm not singing anymore. I can't sing like I used to, Beau, and that's why between that and the neuropathy is what made me say, I can't do it at a high level anymore, so I'm not going to do it. And all the guys in the band, I gave them a couple years notice, and they understood, and it was an agreeable ending to the way we did it.
Yeah.
And you were there, and it was great to see you that night. But yeah, I'm just enjoying retirement, and right now I'm driving about an hour and a half every day to get neuropathy treatments.
Well, you know, to that, on that note, I went back after your final show because I taped a lot of it, and then somebody else taped a lot of it too, and I think it got published on YouTube, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it did. And so as I was scanning through that, I was looking at early stuff that you guys did like 30 years ago, you know, videos that you had done and things like that. And as I was watching it, I was going, my God, this guy's got to be in phenomenal pain to be able to see the juxtapositioning of what a kick-ass show you put on, regardless of neuropathy or anything else. But the fact that I could see a difference on that last show, and I mean, and I just kept thinking, man, the fact the guy can even walk up on the stage at all is a real tribute. So I mean, you kicked ass, my friend.
Well, thank you, Beau. But you know what keeps me going is I still get up every day and walk about 5 miles. As uncomfortable and as painful as it is, I know it's good to keep moving because if you don't, then you're going to get sedentary and you're going to die.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Well, I have since we're talking about our old men
Oh,
foibles right now.
how much do you
I've
lose?
apparently not enough because I'm full of it, right?
Me too.
No, is I've developed kind of a plantar fasciitis in my left heel
Oh,
that shows up in at the most inopportune moments, like first step out of bed.
what is that exactly? I've heard of it, but I'm
It's
not quite sure what it is.
well, actually, I'm not either. It's a uh,
It
it's
hurts.
it hurts, and it has to do with your I forget which muscle in the leg it is, but it's your I'm not qualified to answer that medically.
Is it chronic or is it just occasional?
It's occasionally chronic.
Oh, yeah. Because what I'm going
So,
revolutionary for neuropathy. It's very new technology, and it even has on there for plantar what you just said. How do you say it?
plantar fasciitis.
Yeah. This treatment is geared toward that too.
Well, okay, so when we get off, will you do me a favor?
Yep.
Email me and tell me what that is.
Okay.
Because if I can find it here,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing it. It's going to take 24 treatments, and I'm only on my third one, but I'm going through with it because this is just hell to live with.
Can you feel a difference?
Not yet. Not yet. I think it's a weird thing because first they shoot me up with vitamin B in my calves, and then they take me to this room and they put these cups and sponges and they spray them. They make them really wet for a TENS unit. And they shoot AM, FM radio waves through this. This with the B12 and the TENS unit is supposed to wake the nerves up. So that's their theory. What sold me on it was they said they have an 84% success rate, and they said they can guarantee that we'll drop it up to 60%. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I think it would help you too. So I'll give you the information that I have.
Okay, and then I'll be able to just scope it out over on this end and see because I'm down with you, man. I mean, walking around with incidental moments of pain
Yep,
flashing is not good.
that sucks.
So
So
while this is riveting,
I know.
I want to take you back to 1987, or was it 86 when you recorded the album? It came out in 87.
I have no
I
idea.
think it was
I don't remember.
85.
85. Yeah.
Okay.
85, yeah, that sounds right.
So either way, that's the height of debauchery of the 80s. There's got to be some cool party stories of recording with Kicks. Is there anything that sticks out in your mind? Any of the guys overboard partying or anything that you
Oh,
can?
we would never do anything like that, would we?
No, we were professional.
That's right. We were professionals.
Remember the night that you, me, and Jimmy went to the Russian house, Russian room. Whatever.
Tovarish.
There you go. And
Tovarish.
you got what you call clear beers, which
Yep.
were vodka, and it was
Yep.
powerful shit. And you got caviar, and I'm like,
Yep.
I ain't eating no fucking caviar. And you said try it. It was like $300 for a thimble.
Holy shit!
And I'm like, oh, I mean, you paid that much, and then you put the caviar on this little crepe, and then you just put butter or something all over so you can't taste the caviar. And I'm like, what's the point? Why did you spend all that money? Just put the butter on the crepe and eat it.
Well, as I got a little bit more sophisticated with that, I realized that the exact same thing that you just said. It's like, why the fuck are you going out and spending all the money on the caviar and then you just smother it,
Yep.
just one step better than ketchup.
Yeah, really.
And then I developed a taste where you just don't do anything. You just eat it by itself, and it's just delicious. I absolutely love it.
Well, I'm
But
not actually. I don't like fish at all. So that's why I thought I'm not going to like this.
did you like it?
Well, after I put the butter all over everything and in the crepe, you could put a turd in there and I'd have ate it in 6 hours. And then
No,
after that same night, that's when Jimmy was flying back the next day to get the surgery on his shoulder. And we got so drunk on those clear beers that Jimmy and I were literally holding each other up, walking back to the hotel. I mean, we were hammered.
That's shocking behavior. That's just shocking behavior to me. I'm glad I wasn't a part of that.
Well, you instigated it.
I was trying to think of like a specific thing, and of course, you know where I'm going to go with this, because one night
you tell the story way better than I do.
We went out and we had a few too many clear beers, and we were trying to speak coherently, and we couldn't come up with the correct word, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were trying to tell a story about Steve Austin,
right?
The $6 Million Man. And now you have to remember, and we were cracking up. We thought we were the funniest people on the planet Earth, and we were really smart.
We were.
And so trying to say Steve Austin, what came out was Steve Awesome. And so then all of us sort of took the story and we just like built on it. So what it wound up being was Steve became the character Steve Awesome. And the reason why his voice was so harsh was because Steve Awesome was he took a page out of Superman, and so he launched himself up to the moon, and then as he was coming back to Earth as Steve Awesome, he was coming back like this. He fell to Earth and he landed on his throat on a rock. Wham! I mean, it's hysterically funny to me, just because I remember how everybody was feeding into this ridiculous story
without laughing so hard. It just got funnier and funnier and funnier.
It did.
Ridiculous.
So Steve Awesome fell to Earth and landed on his throat. I mean, who the fuck does that?
And that's why he's so damn good.
That's it. And that was one of my. That story to me is one of those. You know how you can be driving in your car and not thinking anything, pissed at the traffic, and then all of a sudden the thought will come in your head and you just start laughing out loud for no reason.
Yeah.
That's the one that does it to me 10 times out of 10. If I'm just driving down the road and I go Steve Awesome, and then I can't keep it together. It was just too crazy.
That's a great memory.
Yeah,
we had
it is.
so much fun though. That wasn't the only story we had, but we had so much fun. I know Brian Damage. You doned him Brian Damage.
Oh, that's right.
Brian.
Right. Okay.
Brian Damage.
Because he.
Oh man, I totally forgot about that.
He was partying like an animal, and he would come in and just fall on the couch in the control room, and you would look and go, Brian Damage. Or brain damage. What is it? Brain damage. Yep.
And he was brain damaged.
He was.
So how long do you guys do your podcast? Is it an hour?
No,
not
about
quite.
40 minutes
yeah.
is usually good.
And how many interviewees do you have?
What, 4 or 5?
We've done 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And we have quite a few lined up.
Oh, per episode?
No, 1 per episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Okay. And then, do you ever cross the Rubicon and speak about the one must not be spoken
Oh
about?
hell yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I've brought up the story many times about how much we loved working with you on Midnight Dynamite, how much fun we had, and how great it was until the end when there was a discrepancy on a songwriting credit, and the session turned to shit after that because he dug in and would not relent, and that was the most unfortunate part of that record. But yeah, I've spoken about his control factor and you know how he just had us under his thumb and how hard
Yeah.
it was to work with. And it wasn't just you, it was every producer we ever worked with, it was every A&R guy, every manager, every agent, everybody that we ever worked with had a problem with him. So you're not alone.
Well, now, and I could be totally wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but I thought the record was done and everything was really great. And we were all talking about me doing the next record and stuff like that. And then I had a phone call with Donnie about the issue that you were talking about songwriter credit and stuff like that. And I thought it happened on the phone. I don't remember that as being in the studio per se. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I just remember that it became a thing, and I think Donnie
It
and I.
did.
You're right. The record was done because everybody else had gone home, and Donnie and I were the only two that remained for the mixing, and that's when the discrepancy arrived, and that's when it went south. And Donnie would like wake me up because you were an early riser. You would get into the studio, and we certainly weren't that. But he would wake me up at 8 in the morning to make sure we were in the studio to monitor everything you did. That's how wacky it got. Yeah,
Yeah, I do. I remember that.
yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it gets like that sometimes.
Yeah, we did
And
the same thing with Werman. Exact same thing with Werman. I think he fired Werman on the Hotwire record. He fired him halfway through. So, you know, it was his way or the highway, and if it wasn't his way, he found a way to get rid of that person and do it his way. He was damn good manipulating people.
yeah, and you know what the karma of all of this is that he missed out on the last 30 years of insanely good stuff that you guys are doing.
Yeah, the
I
most
mean,
we ever had.
I came out to see you 3 or 4 times. I saw you in Vegas,
Hmm.
Houston, and then someplace else. And I was always bringing my neighbors and my friends and shit
Right.
like that with me, and they absolutely loved you guys. I mean, they were very, very impressed. And you know, the other thing that I have heard from uh, other bands from that ilk was, and this is your competition, is everybody said you guys brought 110% every show. They never, ever, ever saw you guys
Yeah.
slacking off at all.
Yep. Never. What's
Nope.
our DNA?
And that cannot be said about a lot of those quote legacy
No.
bands.
You know who instilled that in us?
Huh.
Donnie. Donnie instilled that in us. That attitude, that never say die, 100% all the time. Every day is a Super Bowl. That was instilled in us by him, and it carried over through the second leg of Kicks, and that's why people can say that fucking band gives 100% every time. So I credit
Yeah.
him with that.
Well, it's still it's very sad that it ended the way that it did because
I
it didn't need to at
no,
all.
exactly.
I mean, and because Donnie's a talented guy. I
Very.
mean, you got to give him that. And
Did you ever
but
cross paths with Donnie since that record? No.
no, haven't I? The last time I spoke to him was when we hung up the phone, and he'd said something about, you know, I don't want to work with you anymore, and hung up the phone or what, however that ended, but it wasn't nice.
Yeah, I got one of them.
Oh, you did?
I got fired. Yeah. I
How do you get fired from your own band? I don't
I've
get
told this
that.
story before, but when we would make demos, we would spend 2 weeks on one of Donnie's songs, and I would bring a song in and we'd spend a day on it. I had 4 or 5 songs written, and when it was time to submit the material to the record company and to Richard Steinberg, the A&R people, we made a list of songs, and Donnie took all of my songs off the list and only sent his. And I caught wind of that, and I was pissed. So I sent to the same people my 5 songs just to go, hey, look, you don't have to like them, but I deserve that to be heard. That's all.
Sure.
And Donnie got caught wind of that and fired me. He said,
Damn.
I'm the songwriter of this band. Your songs suck, and you blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, never mind. And I should have quit right then and there, but I didn't, because you're there, you're in it,
Yeah.
and I couldn't leave the other guys. But yeah, he did that.
Well, I got embroiled in one particular multi-platinum band that will remain nameless, but
No.
but every record that we did, when it came time to pick the songs, because that was one of my jobs, I picked the songs.
Yeah.
And aside from the fact that I would get phone calls at all hours of the day and night, with people lobbying like motherfuckers for their songs, and it was like, hey, don't do so-and-so's song because he really sucks, and I really think that we should do this song because it's mine. And the thing that I tell people is that by the time we started pre-production and I'd made my choices, and we always recorded, like with you guys, we over-recorded the record, because something may sound good in rehearsal, and then by the time you get it on the actual record, you're kind of like, eh. So you always over-record to give yourself a little cushion.
Right.
But by the time we started pre-production on every record, I had made at least 2 guys in the band so fucking pissed they didn't even want to speak to me. And I haven't even done anything yet. All I did was I just said, okay, let's work on this. And I gave them my list, and their songs weren't on the list. But, to me, my job was to the band as a whole,
Yeah.
to make the project work. And, and to do that, you lead with your strongest material. That's just,
well, of course,
with the exception of you, because I didn't know that you had any material, because no one ever played it.
You never heard it.
I never did. I don't think I ever did.
No. You know what? And it didn't compete with Donnie stuff. Donnie was a great songwriter. I would try, and I would just hope to maybe collaborate with him, or just take bits and pieces of maybe some good ideas out of those songs and incorporate them somewhere else. But I never even got that opportunity. So, when I started Funny Money, and I actually was able to write songs without having to write for Donnie, I was like, it was exhilarating. It was first time I was ever able to really just write songs, and they were pretty damn good.
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever knew this or not, but you introduced me to Mark Shanker.
Yeah.
Back in 2006.
Okay.
Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, that's when he joined Funny Money.
Right. And stop me if I've already told you this story or not. But Mark and I became, as you predicted, you said he's really a nice guy and you're going to get along with him. And he and I became the best of friends. Mm-hmm. And I loved working with him. And so after a while, I started saying, why are you guys doing Funny Money? Why are you doing that? Why don't you just do Kicks? And I lobbied like a motherfucker for years, until what year did you guys crank it back up? 09 or 10?
2003. No, 2000 what? 2003, 2004.
Yep.
You cranked up Kicks?
No, but we were just, we reformed, and we did like 6 to 8 shows a year, and Funny Money was still going strong. But Kicks didn't get really going again until we got Sullivan Big involved, and that's what talked me out of me leaving our little comfort zone and let him book us around the country. I thought he was nuts. I didn't think anybody gave a shit because, we never really broke through entirely. Never really we have one hit song with Don't Close Your Eyes. Um, I thought he was nuts, but he proved me wrong, which I'm so happy about to this day.
Well, and I don't know if you guys get the same programming, but I got Sirius in my car,
Yeah.
Hair Nation, and I hear you at least, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a week.
Yep. Is that right?
On my way to or from the gym, because I'm only in the car for about 6 miles a day.
Oh wow!
Getting from here to the gym and back, or
well, you listen long enough, you hear it that many times in a day. Kix is on there a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have sold my sound exchange.
Yeah, you should give those guys a call.
Too late now.
Well, Beau, we're getting a wrap-up sign from our producer, which means we have about 3 minutes left of video with you.
You got to tell the story of my birthday party you surprised me.
Yeah.
Oh. What? That was for your 50th?
Yep.
Okay, 50th birthday party. Mark and I were talking on the phone, and he mentioned it, and I said, "Wow, so what are you guys going to do?" And I don't think anything had been organized beyond just, oh yeah, we're all just going to go over to Jimmy's restaurant where Jimmy was the chef, and we're going to go over and have dinner and some birthday cake. And so I was on my way out of the country anyway, and so I got this wild hair up my ass to do something crazy for Steve's birthday, and so I took a shortcut to where I think I was going to London or the Bahamas or somewhere, and stopped by DC, and Jimmy was in on it, and Mark was in on it, and I think everybody was in on it except for Steve.
I didn't.
And which is really hard to surprise somebody. It really is, because someone says something or someone hears something. It's always, you get busted. And so I went to the restaurant, and I got out. I was there with Mark, and I got out of the car early, and Mark went in just normal, sat down, blah, blah, blah. And I went around the back, and Jimmy was waiting there, and he dressed me up as a chef, gave me a chef's coat, a white chef's coat, and the thermometer and all that shit. And so I waited, and so dinner was happening, everything was all done, and everybody was great. Okay, now we're going to bring out the cake, and then I'm the one that brought Steve the cake. And it was so weird because I had my head down and I was holding the tray with the cake on it, and Steve didn't really recognize me right at first. And then I put the cake down and I looked right in his face, and he still didn't. There was still that moment of confusion, where he kind of went,
yeah.
And then it was like, Beau?
When I
and
saw
everybody cracked up.
I saw you coming out with the cake, and I looked, whoever was next to him, and goes, that chef looks like Beau Hill. And then, it just kept going until you actually show up. It is Beau Hill.
How long was it before you guys had seen each other before that?
It's been a while.
A while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we went out of the party in the 90s.
Exactly.
Well, Beau, I can't thank you enough for joining us. It was been a pleasure talking to you.
The pleasure is mine. I'm glad to see you guys, and best of luck with the podcast. And if you want me to do it again someday, I will, and I promise we won't get into any medical discussions.
Oh, I like that.
We'll hold you to that. We'll having you again, not talking about.
Thanks so much, Beau, for doing this. Appreciate you. I love you.
You got it.
Really good.
Love and kisses, man.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care. Simple pleasures.
What?
Simple, easy pleasures, feel good. Easy, feel good.
Yeah.
Simple pleasures. In simple pleasures.
Yeah. And how they doing?
Well, it's this store in Hagerstown.
Mm-hmm.
All the weed is gone.
Yeah,
the parking lot was empty. They had 3 employees working. There was nobody else in the store when I walked in. But the Greencastle Simple Pleasures warehouse.
Yeah.
I named it that. Simple Pleasures didn't.
Is
'Cause
that
it's
up and running?
Huge.
Is it up and running?
Not yet.
Okay.
They are working hard on it. Hunter is physically there as we speak. I know the other day he said they had taken some walls down and they had guys coming in. So it's quick. They want to get open by the end of October.
Oh, good.
So by Halloween, they want to be open. He said worst case, beginning of November.
Good.
So there's a lull with Simple Pleasures at the moment. But I think when they get that Greencastle, which is 15 minutes from the original store, it's not out of the question. You can travel 15 minutes straight up 81. It's real easy to get to. And they're going to have more choices than what they had.
Oh, I'm
in
sure
the
they'll have
small
more
store.
room, more inventory.
Probably have a bong from every country and every color and every shape and size you can imagine. But it's a rough transition for him,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm sure. I hope the people that appreciated what he was doing here in Hagerstown can appreciate him in Greencastle as well, and they continue to support him and follow him and buy his weed.
Yeah.
Because it's good shit.
So Hagerstown people that supported Simple Pleasures, there's no reason not to continue. And for our Pennsylvania watchers, they're in your neck of the woods now, so check them out.
Check him out.
All right. Next week and the following week, we have a couple of special guests coming in that Steve doesn't know about. But mark my words, you're going to know who they are. You're going to love them. We're going to have a blast.
Who's Mark?
Mark my word. Thanks, everybody.